एवरीवन, आज इस वीडियो में हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 12 चैप्टर थर्ड थॉट जिसका नाम है, उसके क्वेश्चन आंसर्स। फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, स्टेट वेदर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू और फॉल्स। Then the first one is the narrator had always been lucky in buying and selling pictures and decorative articles at the desired price, कि वो हमेशा लकी रहता था कि जो भी वो प्राइस चाहता था उसी में वो बेचता और ख़रीदता था. So it is false. The dealer was ready to guarantee that it was the genuine drawing by Turner. So it's also false. He is not guarantee about it. The narrator sold the painting on profit. Yes, it's true. The storyteller never thought of sharing his profit with the dealer. So it is also we can say the storyteller never thought of, मतलब जो स्टोरी टेलर है जो अपनी कहानी सुना रहा है उसके दिमाग में विचार नहीं आता है कि वो उस डीलर के साथ में अपने प्रॉफिट को शेयर करेगा. तो ये फॉल्स है. उसके दिमाग में ये विचार आया, उसने सोचा कि मुझे इस प्रॉफिट को उस डीलर के साथ में शेयर करना चाहिए. अकॉर्डिंग टू ऑथर, बिग बिजनेस मैग्नेट्स आर सक्सेसफुल बिकॉज दे आर नॉट सेंटिमेंटल, कि बड़े बड़े जो बिजनेस मैन्स हैं वो इसलिए सक्सेसफुल होते हैं क्योंकि उनके जो भाव होते हैं या भावनाएं जो होती हैं वो हमेशा उनको अलग रखते हैं, उनको अपने बिजनेस से इंक्लूड नहीं करते हैं. सो इट इज़ ट्रू. थर्ड थॉट इज़ अ साइकोलॉजिकल ड्रामा ऑफ बार्गेनिंग विद द नरेटर्स ऑन सोल. यानी ये जो कहानी है ये एक ऐसी कहानी है जिसमें एक साइकोलॉजिकल ड्रामा दिखाया गया है जो अपनी आत्मा के साथ में ही हम करते हैं. नरेटर अपने आत्मा के साथ में वो स्टोरी बता रहे हैं कि किस तरह से उनके ही विचारों के साथ में वो बार्गेनिंग करते हैं. तो इट इज़ ऑल्सो ट्रू. आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चन इनटू 30 to 40 वर्ड्स ईच. हु टेल्स द स्टोरी टू द ऑथर. स्टोरी जो है कौन सुना रहा है ऑथर को. द नरेटर इन द स्टोरी इज़ E.V. Lucas, friend, as the author himself say in the first sentence of the story. This story was told to me by a friend, but it has been retold by E.V. Lucas, who was a well-known journalist, essayist and novelist. When does the narrator give away his artistic article? The narrator usually gives away his artistic articles when indeed he tired of it, and he gives away his articles in such a way that its acceptance by another becomes personal favor to him. The third question is, did the narrator to go to the market with the intention of the buying painting? How did it happen to buy it? No, the narrator did not go to the market with the intention of buying the painting. It happened by chance, by drifting about the old curiosity shop of the cathedral city. He was a folder of drawings, among which one might be of Turner. What price did the narrator get from the buyer for the drawing? The narrator got 50 pounds from the buyer for the drawing. This price was astonishing for him because he gained a profit of 49 pounds and 10 shilling, while he paid only 10 shilling for it. The next question is, why did the dealer sell the drawing too cheaply to the narrator? So it is because the dealer was not sure that the drawing was drawn by the Turner, a great painter. That's why he said to the narrator, mind you, I don't guarantee it. Next question is, why did the narrator feel so delighted and proud after selling the painting? So because for the first time in his life he was successful in gaining such a big profit. He got this success by learning from his life's error. The next question is, why did the narrator think that the dealer should get a part of the profit he had earned? So he think about it because the dealer behaved very well with him, so he should also behave very well with him. Thus he should share the profit with him. In his mood of elation, what did the narrator write in the first note to the dealer? In his mood of elation, the first note the narrator wrote to the dealer, the potential Turner drawing, which no doubt is recollected, had turned out to be authentic, and I had great pleasure in enclosing half of the proceed. In which habit of the storyteller leads him to examine and re-examine his ideas of sending a part of the profit to the dealer. So the storyteller has committed many errors in his life, so it has been his habit to review these errors. By reviewing, he tries to commit fewer errors. Thus he examine and re-examine his idea of sharing the profit. And the 10th question is, what did the narrator do when sleep did not come to him? When sleep did not come to narrator, he took a book of short stories and read one. He closed his eyes again and again, began to think about the dealer, that some share of the profit should be given to him or not. Next question is, why does the narrator term the bargaining as a straightforward matter between dealer and customer? So he thinks because he feels that such bargainings are all part of business. The dealer asks as much as he thinks he can extort, and the customer has paid it is under no obligation to the dealer. Now students, come to the questions of 125 words each. जस्टिफाई द टाइटल थर्ड थॉट, इसको हमें जस्टिफाई करना है कि ये करेक्ट है कि नहीं है. द टाइटल ऑफ द essay थर्ड थॉट इज़ अ humorous coinage based on the idiom second thought. Second thoughts means opinion and resolution reached after reconsideration. In this essay, the author goes on reconsidering and changing his opinion directed by his selfish motive. It shows that there is no end to consideration and reconsideration when one's mind is taken over by selfish thoughts and worldly wisdom. Successive reconsideration replace lofty and generous ideas with selfish ones. In this lesson, the narrator consider and reconsider his thoughts of sharing the profit with the dealer. The title suggests that we tend to cheat our own self in the name of second or third thought, so it is extremely appropriate title to the essay. The next question is, mention the reasons given by the narrator for changing his resolution with each reconsideration. So the narrator changed his resolution first time with reconsideration. That's why I put a premium on inaptitude. He says it was my eye that detected the probability of the drawing, not his. The second time he changed his resolution with the reasons. It will only give him the wrong idea of his customer. He will expect similar letters every day and be disappointed. The third time, the reason was that for the first time in his life he has earned such a big profit. If he gives a part of the profit to the dealer, it is the direct insult of the goddess of business. Buying and selling, a perfectly straightforward matter between dealer and customer, and the narrator here successfully tries to interrupt. Then we in fact deceive ourselves in the name of reconsideration. The next question is, the point of narrative resides not in bargaining with the collectors but in the bargaining with my own soul. How far does the statement embody the true spirit of the third thought? In this essay, the narrator wanted to send half of the profit to the dealer, but after reconsidering this issue again and again, he sent him nothing in the end. It shows that there is no end to consideration and reconsideration when one's mind is taken by selfish thoughts and worldliness. Lofty ideas soon disappear instead of reasoning with others. We reason with our own self and try to conceive ourselves that what we are doing is justified, as if someone from within ourselves in lurking from behind and telling us that what are doing is not just and fair. The narrator therefore admits that the profit of his narrative lies not in bargaining with the collectors but in bargaining with his own soul. In this way, this statement embodies the true spirit of third thought to great extent. The next question is, what are city magnates successful according to the narrator? नरेटर के अकॉर्डिंग जो सफल व्यापारी होते हैं वो किस तरह से बड़े बनते हैं, या किस तरह से बड़े व्यापारी जो सफल होते हैं उनके बारे में। तो उसने कहा था कि जितने भी बिज़नेस वाले जो बिग बिजनेसमैन होते हैं वो कभी भी अपने इमोशंस जो होते हैं वो उनको इन्वॉल्व उसमें नहीं करते हैं। द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज़, हाउ डिड द इंटेंडेड नोट टू डीलर रीड एंड इट आवर रीच टू हिम? कि उस विक्रेता को लिखी गई जो उसका नोट था उसमें क्या लिखा था उसने, और यह नोट कभी उस तक पहुंचा या नहीं। वो उस तक पहुंचा ही नहीं, क्योंकि वो कंसंट्रेशन एंड रिकंसंट्रेट करता रहा और उसकी वजह से उसने वो लेटर जो है उस तक पहुंचने ही नहीं दिया। जो उसके खुद की सोल थी, जो उसके खुद के फीलिंग्स थे, उनकी वजह से वो नोट उस तक पहुँचा ही नहीं। द लास्ट क्वेश्चन, देयर इज़ नो फरी लाइक वुमेन्स स्कॉर्न, हु इज़ द वुमेन referred here to here and why does the narrator fear her fury? कि वो कहता है कि अपमानित स्त्री से ज़्यादा क्रोध जो है वो किसी का नहीं हो सकता, इसलिए यहाँ पे किस स्त्री को नरेटर रिलेट कर रहा है तो वो हमें बताना है, और वो उनसे क्यों डर रहा है। तो द वुमन रिफर्ड टू हियर इज़ द गॉडेस ऑफ बिजनेस, लक्ष्मी जो है वो बिज़नेस की देवी हैं, उनसे वो रिफर्ड कर रहा है वुमेन। द नरेटर फियर्स हर फरी, वो उनके गुस्से से डरता है, बिकॉज ही हैज़ फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन हिज लाइफ ब्रॉट ऑफ अ फाइनेंशियल कोप बाय शेयरिंग इट विद द डीलर। ही डज नॉट वॉन्ट टू इंसल्ट द गॉडेस ऑफ बिजनेस। Just 1 or 2 days ago she has blessed him. If he insult her, she may be angry with him and it would be probably be the end of him. So he questions himself, why should I spoil it by giving a large part of the profit away? Was not wife flying in the face to the goddess of business, whoever she may be? Was it not asking her to disregard me only a day or so after we had at last go on terms? The narrator in fact wants to be a successful business, so he likes to please the goddess of business and fear her fury. So students, here we are completing our question answer. I hope that you all have to be understand these question and answers, and I request to all of you that you have to be do all the question answers in your notebook. Thank you so much for watching my video.